Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, yesterday, President William Ruto was in Murang'a County, accompanied by several leaders. In fact, the president was in Kiharu, and this is the constituency where Honorable Ndindi Nyoro is coming from. So he was at home constituency for Ndindi Nyoro. There is something that happened, and I don't know if most of you really realized what happened during that event. CS Alice Wahome was among the leaders who accompanied the president. And when the president introduced Wahome to speak, there was something. But many people have not come to understand what happened. So I have two videos here that I would want you to watch very careful and listen very careful to Alice Wahome while she was addressing the president, the people, and the Ndindi Nyoro. Listen to the first video.
Your Excellency, usibabaishwe na hawa watu. Sisi ndio tulikupatia kura, na sisi viongozi wa Murang'a bado tuko hapa. Tuko hapa na ngangi yako yote, viongozi ambao wamechaguliwa na wengine wale wanakuja. Your Excellency, hata mjumbe wa hapa Kiharo ni rafiki yetu, kwa sababu Mheshimiwa Dede tulitafuta na yeye kura, na kwa hivyo kuna mambo anaongea akiwa nje ya serikali. Kuna mambo anaongea ya ushuru, kuna mambo anaongea ya mafuta, kuna mambo anaongea ya uchumi. Mimi nauliza Dede kama ndugu yangu, hiyo mambo anaongea haiwezi fanyika ukiwa nje ya serikali. Tunauliza Mheshimiwa Dede arudi kwa serikali. Ya mwisho, watu wa Murang'a wanauliza Murang'a oye, oye. Mimi nasema tu arudi kwa serikali. Asanteni sana. Asanteni sana. Asante.
Now, in the second video, there is something you will realize. Same person, same speech. The first one was captured from a distance, but this one was from a close distance. It was well zoomed. And it emerges that the people were disagreeing with Alice Wahome. The reality is that Alice Wahome faced resistance. She was heckled. There was booing. The audience did not agree with Alice Wahome's statement, especially when she was throwing those statements at Ndindi Nyoro. So you come to learn that Alice Wahome was forced to cut short her speech when it turned out that there is resistance and disagreement with what she was advancing toward Ndindi Nyoro.
Her speech.
Kuna mambo anaongea ya uchumi. Mimi nauliza Dede kama ndugu yangu, hiyo mambo anaongea haiwezi fanyika ukiwa nje ya serikali. Tunauliza Mheshimiwa Dede arudi kwa serikali. Ya mwisho, watu wa Murang'a wanauliza Murang'a oye, oye. Mimi nasema tu arudi kwa serikali. Asanteni.
Now, I want us to continue with our panel and discussion. But before we do that, I have a quick and humble request. For those who are watching the channel and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to our discussion. Now, literally, having looked at that, you come to conclude that, so there was heckling in President Ruto's visit to Murang'a County. Look at this. Imagine leaders from a region whom you have appointed to your government. When you walk with them back home, they are being heckled in your presence. That is the situation, the reality. It is so much embarrassing to these leaders and the president himself that you are a visitor and the locals taking you to the region you are heading to are being heckled in your presence. That, if interpreted, it means a lot. At first place, this audience did not have respect for President Ruto. At least if there was any iota of respect, they would have been guarded in their emotions, at least for this time round, to go slow on heckling. Simply, they had a guest in the name of the president. But they never minded that. Despite the president's presence, they still went on to heckle Alice Wahome. No respect for President Ruto. No honor for the president. That is a clear interpretation for that situation. Hakuna heshima kwa president. Ingekuweko hata kidogo hivi, at least wangevumilia, wanyamaze, waseme tu president ako hapa, wacha tunyamaze tu. Waseme wacha tu tumsamee kwa leo kwa sababu ako na president. Lakini ile kelele imepigwa ni kama, yani, they don't care. That is it. There is clear rejection of anyone close to the president in Mount Kenya. You will find out that Wahome is being heckled simply because he's close to this government, she is defending this government, she is deep in the government. And so, simply because she is associating herself with the government, the residents find every reason to reject her, because then the government has failed to deliver to the people, and therefore when you defend the failed government, you become the face of shame. So the government has failed the people. And anyone who defends a failed regime, you must face resistance. That is another reason. Number 3, the issue of mentioning Ndindi Nyoro. It landed Alice Wahome in big trouble. Ndindi Nyoro is among few members of parliament who are performing. Even those who are supporting this regime, niko na watu huku na wajua kadhaa, wena wako ndani ya UDA. Lakini ukisikia wakiongea wanasema, mnajua mbunge wa Kihara anaitwa Ndindi Nyoro. Si mmeona vile amepeana masomo ya bure kwa wanafunzi bila hata basari. Mimi nikiwa kiongozi nitafanya hivyo. Ndindi Nyoro has become one of the examples that other leaders are using for their campaign. So imagine such a leader who has become a darling of the people, a representative, true representative of the people. Then you go and attack such a leader. What will you really get in return? You will be rejected. So attacking Ndindi Nyoro becomes a reason why Alice Wahome was also heckled The other thing here, number 4, President Ruto is on his knees through Alice Wahome, begging Ndindi Nyoro back to the government side. You know, this is politics. And no one will just come out and start howling statements here and there when they are in an event that is very well organized. No. It seems Alice Wahome was instructed by this team. Huwa wanapangana, wewe utasema hii, wewe utasema hii, na mimi nitasema hii, to achieve certain point or goal they are focusing on. So it was well planned that Alice Wahome will address this issue and ask Ndindi Nyoro to come back to the government. But despite saying so, still there was resistance, rejection, and heckling. The people of Kiharu are saying that they don't want Ndindi Nyoro to associate with this government. A failed regime. They want him to walk away from this regime. That is now another communication. I don't know your views. So please let us meet in the comment section to continue with this discussion. Thank you so much and see you in our next video.